Real talk, real life, real sisters, and real Southern. Welcome to Southern Sisters. We're Megan, Lindsay, Courtney, and Evie. 4 sisters with 16 kids between us, running small businesses, chasing big dreams, and keeping it real along the way. Each week, we're diving into all things self-care, motherhood, business, and faith, sharing the good, the messy, and the hilarious moments that come with it. Whether you're striving for balance, chasing your dreams, or just trying to keep the kids fed, we're here to remind you that you're not alone. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's chat. Welcome to our episode of Southern Sisters. We are so glad you are here. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to have our theme for today is springing into growth. And what does that look like? Okay, so our icebreaker question for today. What is something you've held on to way longer than you should have?
Dun, dun, dun. I think Courtney should start that one.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Because of,
Yeah.
the things.
So a little bit about me is I hold on to everything. So I guess Lindsay, you should relay this. You should really tell
Courtney's story?
Yes, like Lindsay's perspective didn't make me realize until she saw how many things I had that were old from like, didn't you come to my house or something?
Yeah,
and
she was
I
helping
was helping you move.
Yeah.
And I am like in your closet helping you box stuff up. And I'm like, she played with this when she was 6. What is this dumb little baby carrier thing? What in the world? What is this teddy bear? What is happening?
This was my dress from 8th grade.
Like
that
literally
Lindsay had given to me.
I hold on. Yes, you were wearing my hand-me-downs from like high school.
I know, it was bad.
I could not believe it. I'm like, she had so many stuff, so she loves to hang on to stuff. I'm like, is this sentimental?
If it ain't broke, I mean,
Don't get rid of it.
don't get rid of
ever.
it. Just keep
Which is
using
funny
it over
because
and
I
over
get rid of
again.
everything. So I was like, she has this from
Yeah.
19.
Well, I recently learned that, like, my thing, when I was thinking about this question, I was like, okay, holding on to, like, my thing is more physical things. So I realized recently that I had this bra that was just falling apart. You guys all have one. Everybody has their favorite bra. And then I realized, I was like, why am I still wearing this when I can look at the brand and just get another one, right? Literally, I was like, what is this brand? And
Courtney,
what?
that resonates with me because I literally have a favorite bra that has an underwire in one and not in the other.
My straps have fallen off, and like there's just one little tiny string strap. So like so
It's holding on by a thread.
My back straps are floating in the wind. They're just flapping in the wind. Yeah. So like
wait, can you even see what the brand
oh
is
my
anymore?
gosh. Yes,
it's so.
I still could. Thank goodness. So like I looked at the brand and I was like, I really like this brand. What is it? And then I was like, I couldn't find the exact one on Amazon. And then I realized that I was just gonna try 10 different ones. So I bought 10 different bras off of Amazon, and then I found my favorite. And
Hashtag
so,
when you know you've made it and you can order 10
right?
bras.
And then
Right?
you-
Yeah.
and then you just return them. Yeah. So
Exactly.
it was awesome, and now I'm so comfortable, and I'm not flapping in the wind with my
more
nasty
ways
back
than one.
straps. Yeah.
This is amazing.
No, some ways I'm still flapping in the wind. Like the underarms, those are still flapping in the wind. Oh my goodness, the bra's not.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Oh.
All right, who wants to go next?
Okay. I guess I'll go next.
Follow that. I'm just
So
kidding.
I actually don't have a problem holding on to like
You don't.
physical things.
Yeah.
I love to declutter. I don't like clutter. If it has a hole in it, it's gone. So I am a mom of 3. I'm done having kids. And so I'm trying to shed the idea that a mom has to look a certain way. Because I know, like, after I had my first, like, I had people tell me, like, oh, like, you'll never get your body back. You just need to accept it. Like, this is how it's going to be. So I'm trying to shed the idea that that is not true. Just because I'm a mom doesn't mean that I don't get to take care of myself or work on my appearance. It's not something that's vain. Because my kids, they notice if their mom is happy or not. And also, I think that if you're happy with the way that you look, I think that's great. But there are some people that might want to change something about themselves to be happier, and I think that that's perfectly okay too. So that's something that I'm trying to shed
I love that.
and work on myself.
I feel like there is a difference between being comfortable in your skin and being happy with your body. Because I am comfortable in my skin, but totally not happy with my body. But I have felt like that really resonated with me, because that was one of the things that I was wanting to talk about, is because I have been lately trying to give myself grace and to give my body gratitude, because it has blessed my life with 3 children. And that's really hard. Instead of looking at myself with such criticism and like things that I want to change, or things that look different since I've had babies, or surgeries, or all of the things, I feel like trying to come from a place of gratitude is hard, but it has helped a lot. Like, thank you, body, for giving me these 3 beautiful children. Like, yeah, your body's going to change, and it will forever change. But to love yourself, I totally agree that was mine. So like, loving yourself and taking time for yourself, but also not feeling guilty working on your business or yourself, and taking that time that your family can help. So I'm getting rid of the mom guilt of just taking time for me, and it's okay. It's not self-centered, because when mama's happy, everybody's happy.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
So if I take time for myself, I'm way less likely to lash out or like lose it or just feel overwhelmed. So that's what I'm doing. Megan, what about you?
So, one thing that I have had forever is when I turned 16, I went to take my driving test, and it didn't go well, because I thought that the signs in the parking lot weren't actually serious.
They didn't apply to you.
They didn't apply to me, because why would there be a random stop sign in the parking lot of the DMV? Like, why would they do that? My 16-year-old brain was like, this is stupid to have
for
this
the other
right
people.
here. This is a bad sign. It's in the wrong place. That's what my brain was. So I failed my driving test the first time I did it. And I think that my dad felt so bad for me, because I didn't get to do what I wanted to accomplish, that afterwards he was like, let's go shopping for your birthday. And I went, he's like, what would you like for your birthday? And I said, I would like Timberland boots or a sound system to have in my room so I can play my tunes, I can play my music.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. He goes, how about both? And so we went to the mall. We
He
went
was
over.
really good about that.
We went to Wolf Chase Galleria, and we bought a pair of Timberland boots, and we bought a stereo from Dillard's, and I had both. And in that moment of trouble, my dad turned it into joy. So I still have those Timberland boots.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, wow.
Even though the tread is completely off of them, and I can't wear them without like slipping on any kind of ice whatsoever.
No.
But
I need to see those.
Don't get rid of them.
Don't shed them.
Don't do it.
I
Frame
can't
them.
shed them.
Put them on your
but-
mantle.
But it kind of made me think about like how there's so many times where we hang on to these things that don't really have use to us. Now that does, because it's a great memory. Obviously, I don't have the stereo anymore because it was a 5-disc CD changer and all that stuff.
Oh man,
Like
those
it
are
was
good.
It
It's
was
probably
really good.
worth a lot now.
Maybe. But I just thought about that, and I thought about that experience and how we just hang on to things that don't really serve us anymore. Something that is a little bit more not tangible is kind of along the lines with what Evie and Lindsay. I have a false belief that I've had for the last decade that my body just doesn't work right.
Oh.
And through the last year and a half, 2 years, I have been trying to shed that belief that my body can work well. It can work right. When you have kids, you just have problems with hormones. And I went and talked to a doctor, and they're like, well, you just need to eat right and exercise more. And I'm like, that's not the answer. I mean, Courtney, you and I, we tried this faster way thing. Like, we were super hardcore for how long was it?
So many months.
So many months, like
Yeah.
taking all the pictures, and it was just like, it wasn't working. And I feel like I've been led little step by little step. Like we've been taking a lot of like processed stuff out of our diet, which has been really good for my health. I just not having kids going out and making lunches for school every day. Like we don't really buy chips and cereal and that. So that stuff is not in our house. If we want sugar or something sweet, we actually have to make it, which is good. And so I've had that part of it. And I have felt like the last couple of months that there's just an inner voice inside of me is like, it's time. It's time for you to start moving again. Believe that you can change.
Yeah.
And to take care of you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's where we're at.
I love that.
I think
too.
it's great. So today we are going to talk about letting go to grow. What are you shedding this season? So
And it's spring.
it's spring.
Tornado season over here, guys.
Yeah. I hope you guys are okay. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's a process of transformation, though. So we're going to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about how you shed old to make room for new growth, and what does that look like in your life? Does anyone have anything they felt they should share?
I can think is I have a joke. It's my spring joke. And it's the only one I can remember from elementary school.
Oh my gosh, what is it?
So, April showers bring May flowers. What do May flowers bring?
Pilgrims. I remember that one.
And I told Adam the other day, he was
so
like,
funny.
April showers. And I'm like, yeah, April showers bring May flowers. But what do May flowers bring? And he's like, what? And I said, pilgrims. And it was like right before we went to bed. And he was like, you are so weird. I was like, it's fine.
It's crazy the things that our brain cells remember from
Yeah.
forever ago.
Listen, I could tell you the Christopher Columbus poem right now, but I will spare you.
Red and yellow and pink and green.
Oh my gosh.
Purple and
Digress.
orange.
Oh, man.
Okay. So I think let's talk for a second about spring cleaning. Okay. I feel like, when you're pregnant and you're, the nesting thing kicks in and you want to clean everything and get done with everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happens in the spring. I think it's a natural thing that happens. And as you've been cooped up, I feel like we've been spending so much time outside and it's been glorious. And here it's been beautiful and sunny, and it's all about new beginnings. And even though the pollen is covering everything,
So bad.
it's horrible. It is time for new beginnings, and the trees are blooming and the flowers are blooming, and it just makes me so excited to see new growth. And I feel like that is how we are in our life. And I think it's important to follow the phases of the weather as we are doing all these things. And so that is one of the things that's on my bucket list. Like take not bucket list, but goals, is to take small things. And so we have a goal that probably in a year and a half we want to move. And so one of the things I did was I put it into Chat GPT, my bestie, and I'm like, okay, we have a goal. This is what we want to do. Can you help me prepare our home so we can be ready in a year and a half to sell it? So where it doesn't feel like, how right before you sell a house, you
Yeah.
have to pay for all the things. Evie's
like,
living this
"Yes,
right now.
I do."
Yes. So I wanted a plan. And so it gave me a breakdown of all the little things to do every month. And so this month is the garage, which is fun. But I've just decided, instead of overwhelmingly cleaning out your entire house, I'm just going to pick a drawer.
Little by little.
And I'm just going to pick a closet or a shelf or something small. And I'm going to try to do it every week, because I get overwhelmed, and adult ADHD. I get overwhelmed with all the things, but instead I'm just going to choose to be a person who has a really organized knife drawer, because I got new knives. And Amy, our nanny, who I love so much, she's like, so when are you going to throw the other ones away? And I was like, oh, you're right. Some of these I've had since we got married and they don't work. They're a hazard. And so I'm like, you know what? Right now, literally right now. So I opened the trash can and I'm like, I'm just doing it. I'm just going to throw it away. And so it took me 2 minutes to get rid of it, but it was so freeing. And so I think there are places in our lives that we can let go of things and rebuild new things. And it's okay that things look a little bit different. So that's my goal. I'm going to pick little spaces to clean out in my life and me in my mind as well.
I think that's amazing. I feel like growth is hard. We live in a world where people just say, you are who you are. Like, it is what it is. Like,
People never change.
people never change. That is a lie.
Yeah.
It is a lie.
It is a lie.
I found a quote that says, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. And I love, Lindsay, your idea of just doing a little bit at a time. We were talking this week with the seminary kids about diligence and what that looks like. And it's like you keep going, even when you don't know how it looks, even when you don't know where it ends. You just keep doing those small things because you believe that the end result of selling your house or living in a space that's peaceful and living in a area, like just building that for yourself is incredible. It is really, really incredible.
Well, that lends into what I actually need to work on. And on the surface, it's cleaning my house. But deep down, what I have been working really hard on personally and by myself is letting go of control. And it's really hard for me because I feel like I have this path for how my life needs to look and what I thought it needs to look like and what it looks like. I feel like I need to let go of the control because what I'm building needs to just have a life of its own. And I keep limiting myself. And I keep limiting what God wants it to be honest. And I keep trying to take control and show that it should be something else or tell me the next step. And I'm like, you don't, just chill out, Lindsay.
I think we are brilliant at keeping ourselves small.
Yeah. And he's just like, if you would just look at it, I could show you everything that it's meant to be, which is way bigger than this your little mind can comprehend in the vast picture of things. And so that's what I'm trying to really get rid of and to step into this place of not knowing, having no clue where this is supposed to lead and what's supposed to happen, but being open and being vulnerable and being willing to share. So it doesn't, the irony is not lost on me that we're doing this podcast on this road. So what do you feel like you guys are trying to change in your life?
That goes really well into what I was feeling. I even am really scared to say this, but like I'm working on shedding my goals.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I think that it's been really hard to verbalize that and to admit to that because I am so goal oriented.
You always have been.
But I've been doing my goals and reaching them the past 10 years, and I know I can. And I'm trying to make my life open enough to where I'm doing what God wants me to do instead of having everything on my schedule and everything written down and everything perfectly planned out. The other day, my friend texted me and she was like, hey, are you free today? And I was like, am I free today? Like, never. No day am I ever free. And then I thought about it and I was like, I'm actually really flexible today. I don't have anything on my calendar. Y'all, when does that ever happen?
Never.
That never happens.
So I was able to say, hey, Jared, I need you to pick up the girls. I need to go over to my friend's house. She needs me right now. And I went over there and she was talking to her therapist and I was trying to do her dishes or, like do something that would be helpful to her while she was talking to somebody. And, she just said, I'm not doing good and I need someone here with me. And I was able to be that person. And that's kind of what I'm praying for every day is that I can be, ever since I got this calling in Relief Society or over the women in our church is just kind of like, okay, God, like I have always wanted to be free enough and flexible enough financially to serve you and to be a mom, and recognizing that that is what I've been blessed with and just trying to embrace that and then be like, okay, what do you want my life to be now? And being open enough to grow in ways that aren't goals. It's so weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
Because it's like you'd think of for growth, you'd want to achieve something. But for me, it's like the lack of achieving something and making it, giving up that control, giving up that what I think it should look like.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm so gung ho about getting what I want.
Yeah.
And figuring out what I want. But it's
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not.
Yeah.
So my way to grow right now is to not have that.
Yeah.
Is that like your offering?
What do you mean?
Like that's your offering to God. Like you're saying, here, I'm going to give you, like mine is my control. I'm going to give up what I feel. I mean, it's all sounds like control.
Yeah, it is. It is an offering.
In a different way.
This week I had like 2 appointments on my calendar for work, and the rest was just helping people with stuff whenever I could. Maybe work 2 to 3 hours a day, if that. Yesterday was one of the biggest clients company wise that I had a meeting with. Just one meeting a week that would make everything, you know, work out. It was just like, it's been really cool.
I
That
am
is really
kind
cool.
of in awe of seeing how your life is changing.
Yeah. Really?
Like watching it from the sidelines is pretty cool.
Well, when I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys, I'm like, I'm just here to listen to the podcast. What are they going to say next?
Yeah.
I have nothing to offer. But then all of a sudden, the thought comes in because I didn't take a ton of notes. Like I didn't write out everything I wanted to say. But I'm like, but something like triggers that. Hey,
Thought.
this needs to be said right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's funny.
I love it. Well, and I feel like that is your way of like how control looks for you is that you have everything lined up exactly how you think it should go. So getting rid and letting go of that is huge. And you're leaving the space for him to do his will with you.
I was just thinking the other day, I was like, every day has been filled up with things.
Funny how that happens.
It is funny how that happens. I'm like,
They all matter.
yeah.
Sometimes maybe even more so than what we think.
It's always definitely more
it's
so.
always more. Oh wait, yep, that is what I absolutely.
Sometimes, okay, all the time.
And not
Every
just
time.
that, it's like when you let go of it and you start living in this place of where you're just willing to do whatever he wants you to do. I am more fulfilled than I ever was with my own idea. So not only am I less busy, and not necessarily like busy, but how I thought I'd be busy. I'm less of that, but I'm more fulfilled than I ever would have been. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I'm proud of you, Courtney.
Thanks. I'm proud of you too.
Thanks. You too, guys.
Way to go, guys. So I feel like I'm still on like the learning journey of growth and goals and stuff like that. But I used to not be very good at it because I get overwhelmed easily. And you know how like New Year's, everybody makes goals and stuff like that. I would make my goals and then I would get overwhelmed because of where do I start and how am I going to reach all of these goals? And then another part of that is comparison. Like I would see people like, for example, like if somebody were to share that they go to the temple every week, like that's overwhelming for me. If somebody were to share that they read their scriptures every day, I'm like, whoa, I don't read my scriptures every day. Like that's overwhelming for me. But one thing that I've realized is that we have different seasons in life and I can start small. I can pick, 1 or 2 things that I want to start with and that I want to get better at. So I'll give an example. Like right now I have a calling in church and I teach the youth. And so one of my goals that I set for myself is that whenever it's my turn to teach, I want to be studying the lesson throughout the week versus it's the night before. And now, those days happen still.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what's important for the season of life that I'm in right now. And then, another one that I have is to be better at saying prayers with my daughter before she goes to school. And so I think when we take those small steps and we do like the smaller goals, that helps us lead up to the bigger ones. And then I can lead up to now I'm going to the temple every week. Now I'm reading my scriptures every day. Or Lindsay with her daily walks that, she does. Like, that's overwhelming to me that she does that every day. Like, because I know
6
before.
months ago, Lindsay was.
Right.
I'm like, I can't relate to her.
Yeah.
She was literally walking with an umbrella this week. Like, who am I?
Yes.
Like, what am
would
I
have
doing?
never done this.
Yes.
You did when it was raining?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
with an
literally-
umbrella?
Yes,
With an umbrella.
she did.
And I bet that God blessed you where it wasn't pouring like cats and dogs
It
that
did
time.
stop.
Yeah.
Isn't
My,
that
my
crazy?
feet got wet, but I was laughing because I literally walk out the garage and I'm like, do I get an umbrella? And literally I had the thought, you drag your butt around the Disney parks in the rain all the time.
Yeah.
You can't walk you can't walk 30 minutes for yourself in the rain. And I was like, ooh,
Love
Lindsay,
that.
rude.
Yeah.
Inner Lindsay was so like roasted me.
And so if you know past Lindsay, she loves her sleep.
I love to
She's-
sleep
Totally.
in.
It's
She's
so
a
weird.
night owl
Yes.
and she's wasn't a morning person.
No.
And, I've had those thoughts before of, okay, I need to wake up earlier. I need to wake up before my kids wake up. And then I'm like, no, my kids are my alarm clock because
Yeah,
100%.
my daughter wakes up for school at 7. And so, but that's just the season that I'm in right now. I don't have to, maybe later on in life, I will wake up before my kids wake up. But where I'm at right now, I can just pick the smaller things to do that will lead up to the bigger ones.
Well, and you got to take care of you. So, like, when you're sleeping, because your daughter's been waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping, it's so you can have what you need to be a good mom. Mm-hmm. And that is the same with me. Like, I needed the sleep at the time because my youngest right now is almost 2.
Yeah.
So, like, he's finally sleeping through the night. And now I'm like, quiet is more important to me. So, your priorities will shift.
Yeah.
But I don't relate to this person either. I'm like, who is this person? But it was like one tiny, I'm like, you know what? Today I'm just going to get out of the house so I can think. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, now I crave it. So it's not even like, I'm going to do this every day because it's not like that. I'm like, I just need time to myself.
Yeah.
And I don't worry about sweating and I don't worry about getting my reps in and I don't take weights with me or put on a plastic bag so I can sweat more. I just walk and I get sunshine.
Yeah. And I still do have those moments of like getting overwhelmed or like comparing myself. And I just have to like remind myself to snap out of it and that I'm my own person and I just have to do my best.
Yeah.
And my best isn't going to be the same every day.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's just where I'm.
You're doing great.
I think small things are the big things. Mm-hmm. And I had this thought when we were talking about this. If we believe that we are eternal souls, what if the process of growth is just the journey of uncovering who you've always been? Wow. Like those moments when you don't recognize yourself, it's because your greater self
Is taking over.
is shining through.
Yeah.
Does that seem crazy?
No. You already know that we have everything we need to be who we're supposed to be within us already. So finding out who that person is part of why we're here.
Yeah.
We believe that before we came to earth, we were somebody. We were a spirit. We are who we've always been. And then we came to earth and we're in these bodies trying to figure it out. And we live on after we die. And we are spiritual beings. So our body is young, not our spirits.
No.
So figuring out who you truly are and your divine nature is what this life is all about.
I was talking with Mom this week about parenting because I always try when I look at situations, I'm like, what is different? Like, what am I doing in this instant that is different than what everybody else does? Like, why does it look different? Why am I getting different results? I'm an analyzer like that. And I was talking to Mom and I was like, Mom, when it comes to parenting, I don't feel like I do anything different than anybody else does. Like, what is the difference? And she nailed it on the head for me. And I've been thinking a lot about this week. She said, you do not teach your children the do's and the don'ts. You teach your children how to connect with heaven. And I was like, you're exactly right. That's what I do. And as you try to connect with heaven, it takes care of the do's and the don'ts. And it helps you to know where your growth can come from next, little by little, step by step. So I think it's incredible. Incredible. Okay, so one thing we are going to start doing a little bit differently. Part of this growth process is the Southern Sisters is going to be changing a little bit. Not the podcast. The podcast is always the same. But through the process of the podcast, I have been asking myself the question, like, what does this need to be? Where do we need to go with this? How can we bless and help people? And I've gotten answers. And so we're in the process of building. And that is so difficult because, you know, Lindsay, you've built a program.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary to put yourself out there. It's scary to think that what you say and do has value that people need.
Is it enough?
Yeah.
Am I enough?
But growth is an integral part of who I am and what I want to help people with. So you may see it around. We're going to change a little bit of the format of how we do the podcast, like integrate more people. So we have this, we are going to have the best Mother's Day episode ever.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Because we are having our kids come and be the hosts of the podcast. Like, we will not even be in the room, okay?
It's going to be really
It's
hard.
going to be amazing, but it will be hard, but it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
I've already talked to my oldest, who will be home from college, and she's going to lead the discussion. And
Wow.
It's awesome.
it's going to be incredible.
They really are the cutest. Like, they are our biggest fans. Like, they listen all the time, and I think it's the cutest thing. We love them.
Yes, it's great. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's also other things, but one of the things that we need to create within this podcast is a sisterhood community, because we need it to help us grow into who we're meant to be and how we're meant to serve and help. And I'm so excited to share with you that as we go through this, one of the things that we want to encourage you to do after you listen to these podcasts or just in your own life is to take mental checks, kind of like we talked about in the beginning. Like, the world will say, just be who you are, do what you do. But we really don't believe in that concept. We believe that we were meant for greatness, and that is going to be a process.
And you were meant for greatness.
We were all meant for greatness, and that is going to take little by little step.
It's a lifelong process.
It is a lifelong process that we are figuring out together. So one of the things we want to encourage you to do is to have a moment, carve out a little bit of time during the week where you can reflect. And so we're going to start incorporating reflective questions, thought-felt questions that you can take from it. So, and this will be in the show notes, but our question with this episode is journal prompt. What's something I've outgrown that I need to release? And I encourage you to find a quiet moment where you can just think about it. And thoughts will come to you. And don't be afraid of it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So that is my hope with our episode this week, talking about growth, is that you're able to maybe identify that thing in your life that you need to release. And once you identify it, it seems like identifying it is sometimes the hardest part.
What's that saying? Like, the first step is
Always the hardest.
Awareness.
like, something like that. Like, being aware of.
Yeah. And not in denial that it's actually a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So being aware of what you need to release. And then from there, just ask the question, how? And see what inspiration comes. I guarantee you it will not look like you think it will.
Right?
It never does.
It never, ever, ever does. Okay. So we're going to close it up. We wanted to share a little bit about the Southern Sisters and the reviews we've gotten because they are so good for our soul. This one was from the beginning from our friend BYU Emily. She writes on the review for our podcast, I love the realness the Southern Sisters are bringing to the table. I feel like as if we are around the dinner table after the dishes have been cleared, talking about life. And we hope that everybody feels that because that's how we feel. Like Courtney was talking today, when we come and do these, it seems like there's every obstacle that could possibly happen and go wrong. And we all come together and we usually have to decompress for about half an hour to get all of those feelings out. Courtney's like, kids not sleeping well. What did you say?
Yeah, I just said that like today showing up, got 2 nights in a row of one or the other twin waking up at 2 a.m., going to bed, like staying up for 2 hours, wide awake in the middle of the night. And then, trying to have contention as soon as I leave the house with other people in the family, which should not be named. And
it comes out of everywhere.
And instead of being like, I got to go and do these podcasts and I got to go and try to be happy and uplifting and how am I going to get in the right headspace for this? I just was thinking, I need to be with my sisters today. Like, I need this.
For you.
Even with the pouring torrential downpour that's outside right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's always there.
That was sunny and bright as soon as we walked in, as soon as I got my car and drove here, it's all cupcakes and rainbows. And then now it's torrential downpour. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't know. I don't remember where I saw this, but I saw it was something about growth, and it was like, it's called growing pains for a reason because it's not easy. Sometimes it hurts a little bit. I thought it was kind of cool. But I never kind of realized that,
Yeah. It's true.
It is painful, but we're all going to get through it. We can do it. It's going to be amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. And until next time,
Keep striving, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thanks for hanging out with us here at Southern Sisters. If you've loved today's episode, don't forget to follow us on social media for more laughs, heart-to-hearts, and behind-the-scenes real life. We'd be thrilled if you subscribed to the podcast, left us a review, and shared it with your friends, because life's always better when we're on this journey together. Until next time, keep striving, keep laughing, and keep showing up. We'll see you all back here real soon.